Hello everyone and welcome to my new movie. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I've made a movie about a week ago called My Potato Guns. If you haven't seen it yet, I invite you to watch it. You just have to press on this link and you're gonna be able to watch the entire movie. In that film, I show you two of my potato guns that I've built already. One is a handgun and the other one is a cannon. One of my nephews saw that movie, Alexy, and he had so much fun, he was so thrilled about it that he wanted to have a potato cannon for Christmas. So today we're gonna build this potato cannon and invite you to watch it so you'll learn how to create one for yourself. So let's watch what we're gonna need for it. For the chamber, you're going to use a piece of PVC pipe that's more than a foot long and has a diameter of about 4 inches wide. At the end of that pipe, at one end at least, you're going to put a piece like that. It's a cap that you can screw in, and like that you're going to be able to open it up whenever you want. Put some spray net in and close it safely so it doesn't burst in your face. At the other end, you're going to use that piece of PVC that kind of look like a funnel. It has an opening of 4 inches wide at one end, and the other end is about 1.5 inches wide. For your cannon, you're going to use a piece of PVC that's more than the double length of your chamber. It has to be the same height of the opening of your funnel, so it has to be a 1.5 inch wide PVC pipe. You're going to need some epoxy putty to close up some air gap in your system, or to, let's say, solidify some joint you're going to have to do in your gun. Of course, you're going to need a good drill, a measuring tape, some PVC solvent cement, a barbecue starter, and finally some pieces of a plastic PVC pipe, joint, and cap, just to, finish the system. Personally, I'm going to use those to fabric a piece of equipment. It's going to be an handle. My trigger will be on that handle, so I'll show you as we go by. Okay, so we're just beginning the movie and I already have a problem. My chamber is already built. The reason for that is quite simple. It's the second time I try to film that part. The first time it was 1:30 in the morning and I was quite tired. Forgot to press the record button, so I have to redo that part of the film. Unfortunately, it's already all fixed together, it's fused together, and only this part cost about, I'd say, between $15 and $20. So I won't redo one just to show you how. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna explain to you what I did, and we're gonna continue the rest, and you'll understand what I did. It's quite simple. Okay, so you take some PVC cement, you put some in. Take it for this piece of tubing, you put it outside and you just fuse it together like this. What I just did with the cannon, that's exactly what I did the first time with my chamber. I'd taken my foot-long piece of PVC pipe, I'd stuck at one end the screw-in cap, and at the other end the funnel, so it had fused already. That's why I cannot show you how to make it, but you can see for now you've got your cannon built already. We're just gonna let it dry for now and I'll show you the rest after. Now we're gonna work on the handle and the trigger. I'm gonna show you what I want that handle to look like. So the idea I have for the handle and the trigger, I want it to pass over the chamber. I want Alexy to be able to trigger it with his thumb. So I've got a few pieces here. I've got a 90-degree angle, I've got some 45s. So we're gonna try something out. We're gonna try to build the form we want. Well, the form I want, actually. To be honest, I already tried it. I know it's gonna work. So like this, just put that piece in. There you go. No, not long enough, I'm gonna use this one. There you go. That's exactly the form I want. I'm gonna put a hole right there, the size of this piece here. I'm gonna put it in, and like that, it's gonna be able to hold it and trigger it. The thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take the barbecue starter. I'm gonna put it in like this. Glue it at the end. There you go. So it's gonna work. Let's do it. Let's stuck all those pieces of PVC all together. So that's the result for now. Day number 2 in the confection of Alexy's canon, the handle that solidified. Let's see what it's gonna look like once it's on the canon. Excellent, that's exactly what I wanted it to look like. So let's continue. The next step in the making of Alexy's canon will be to make sure that we're going to be able to create a nice spark in the chamber where the gas will be. How we're going to do that with this barbecue starter. It's going to be here, right there, and the wiring will be in the handle. And at the end, there's going to be that piece right there. It looks like a car candle. That's how we call it in French, in chandelle in the motor. We're going to put that piece right there. And we're going to connect it to the wiring, of course. The spark will be created right there at the tip of the candle. Now, this piece we're going to have to work a little bit on it. Those sides will have to come off, so I'm going to cut them away. And I've stretched this piece here high enough so the spark will be nice and long. The sides will have been removed to ensure that all the gas can flow around the candle easily. Like that, we're going to be able to create an explosion in the chamber. That's what's going to propulse the potato out of the cannon. There's one thing though, we have to make sure that this piece will be stuck to the handle. We're going to do it with that. It's a plastic cap. I'm going to pierce it. I'm going to be able to pass the candle in it. And this will be stuck to the handle and to the cannon. Like that. And making sure that the candle won't get away and that the handle will get stuck into the cannon so it won't fall apart. Let's do it. Now that we're sure that our starter works, let's fuse it to the cannon. Okay, so now what I want to show you is what it looks like from the inside. The white cap is the cap holding the handle inside, and you can see the barbecue starter right there with a piece of metal. That's where the spark is gonna happen. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna put down my light source and I'm gonna show you the spark. There you go, you have it. Now that we've put the handle on the cannon, we're gonna solidify it because, like you can see, it can move. So we're gonna find the right position, we're gonna put some screws in, and then we're gonna seal it with some epoxy putty. Let's go. Okay, so as you can see, the handle is fixed into the cannon. So let's put some epoxy putty right there, and let's go to the next step after. You can find epoxy putty in any good hardware store. The epoxy putty looks like some Play-Doh. It's made of two bodies, one white in the inside and another color on the outside. Once you start mixing it up, there's a chemical reaction in that putty that will make it become harder and really strong. And with that you can seal up things, strengthen things. It's really good. I like working with that. So let's do it. Okay, so the epoxy putty is on. So what we'll do, we'll let it dry, harden, and then we're gonna test the cannon. Like I said before, we're doing this cannon as a gift for my nephew Alexy. I want it to be amazing enough and spectacular enough that his friends will all be speechless from it. So what I'm about to do, I'm about to drill a hole into the cap that screws at the end of the chamber. A hole big enough, you know, you're gonna use that drill that you use to create holes in doors. We're gonna drill this part. There's gonna be an opening, and I'm gonna cut myself some plexiglass. This is a 5mm thick plexiglass piece. We're gonna come and stuck it here inside. So every time he fires up the cannon, people behind him will be able to see the explosion from the chamber. Let's do it. Now what we'll do, we're gonna cut our piece of plexiglass. So I've traced my line already, so I'm gonna use this tool and I'm gonna cut my piece of plexiglass. Now I'm done cutting my piece of plexiglass. Let's remove the protective cover. Okay, so it's done. I'm just gonna have to put it inside and then glue it with some PVC cement, and it's gonna be done. So, I don't know if you can see it very well, but the plexiglass piece is inside. So, it seems secure enough, but we won't take any chances. I'm gonna go put some more glue on the edges so we're sure it won't fall apart. Okay, so phase 2 in our project, I had a problem. I could not ignite the gas that was in the chamber, the tank, so I kind of realized that the problem was probably due to the spark plug. I couldn't see the spark every time, it was not reliable, so I figured out that something was wrong inside the tubing, and it was. One of the metal ending that would produce the spark was bent, and because of that I couldn't have achieved a spark every single time. So what I did, I pierced one of the PVC tubing, I got out the cables out of the tube, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use 2 screws. I'm gonna drill my screws into my chamber. I'm gonna put them like that into a triangle form, and the spark will be created in between between the two screws. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I had to do to fix the problem. Like I said, I've pierced the hole into the 90-degree angle. I got the wiring out. I've put 2 screws into the chamber in a triangle form, like I said already. I fixed the cabling on the screws. Put some epoxy putty right there to fix everything up and to prevent everything from falling down. And now it works. Every time I press, I've got a spark inside. So right now I'm gonna try one shot to try and shoot and see if it works. And if it does, we're gonna try another shot to see what it looks like when we look into the window. Let's do it. So for this try, I'm just going to use the cap of a spray bottle I'm using to create my explosion. Just going to put it on the cannon like that. There we go. Okay. There we go. It works every time. It's finally finished. The Alexy 175. A nice gift for my nephew. It's a nice potato cannon, homemade. Let's look at it closely. A trigger made with a barbecue starter. A window in the back to see the explosion. A personalized name. A rusted look. A second handle for a better grip. An old army look with rusted spot. And finally, a sharpened edge to cut more easily potatoes. Now that it's finished, we only have to test it outside. I've got an old potato on the floor, I've got a stick, I've got some spray net, and I've got the potato gun. Let's do it. When I'm gonna shoot, you're gonna see the potato fly away, but you also see the explosion. Don't forget to look there. Nice! So that's how this movie ends. In this one, you've seen me constructing a potato cannon, but creating as well Alexy's Christmas gift. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you did, please leave me some comments, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, Michupichu007. I've got many movies already done, and I've got many more coming up during the next year, 2015 and plus. So, see you next time. Thanks a lot.